Well, good morning. It's been a while since I've done just a regular garden tour. I wanted to start here with these cosmos. I actually didn't plant these, but they seed themselves pretty reliably every year. These are the lisianthus that I grew from seed. The other ones I had bought as plugs, but it's been fun watching them. This one in particular, I love the color when it's open, but it's interesting because when it's in bud form, I thought it was going to be like a white or cream color with, or like have white or cream edging, but then when it opened, it was all this bright, like pinkish, maroonish color. I do think I won't grow them from seed. Again, actually, I do have some seeds, so I might try winter sowing them this coming year and see if that's any easier. I just felt like I had to baby them so much, and that's not really my thing. I am excited. Before I go inside, there's one more thing I wanted to share. Here, I just added lavender for the first time this year, and I had been watching these buds here, but this yesterday I noticed that the one had started to open, and so they're purpling up. I wasn't sure how long it would take for the lavender to start blooming. Like, I didn't know if it would do that on the first year that I had it or not. I am really still happy with these black-eyed Susans. It's fun because I can see them from the house. I'm trying to decide if I should cut some of them and if they'll rebloom before frost or not. The zinnias are one of the other things I did not plant this year. That was not on purpose. It was just because I didn't get the violets out of the way. But I'm happy with a handful of volunteers. This is one of them. I'm also fascinated. I just grew one gomphrena plant, but here it is. And it's been interesting to watch it just because the blooms last really long on the plant. I don't know if in my last video they were blooming, but it just feels like none of the blooms really seem to have faded. And then here, when I came back from vacation, I had these China aster blooms. I knew when I did this, it was gonna be a disaster. This is where I planted my watermelons. And I knew that they were gonna take over. I had not given them enough space. And I have this one little watermelon here. I also have this oak tree I'm pushing out of the way. I'm thinking of trying to move that in the next few weeks. This guy here, when I got home though, I saw he has a split on the bottom of him, but I decided to just let him go and see what happens. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing with watermelon. And then there were two other baby watermelons. They're little, they're just little tiny ones. I don't know if you can see them there. This is two little ones. I haven't noticed any others that have formed yet. I need to cut my dahlias back again so that they can have some happy blooms. More black-eyed Susans over there. And then these guys, I forgot the name of these guys. My friend was telling me they call them magic flowers. I have not seen this, but apparently the buds open maybe like just as the sun is setting. Or maybe it's at night, I'm not sure. But these are all volunteers too. I had one that was over by the rain barrel last year, and then that had split, but it seeded itself. There's a couple other ones. Then this guy, this is a perennial sunflower, and a couple weeks ago, maybe it was just when we got back from vacation, that it had just like fallen over. So I'm not sure if I should try to stake that or what I should do. realistically, it's probably just gonna stay like that. So my Tulsi is flowered and starting to go to seed. The lisianthus, I really am looking forward to growing them again next year and like supporting them properly, because I think they're so beautiful, but because they're all like fallen over, it's kind of sad. But they're still really beautiful, and I love all the different colors. There's one over here. I had planted them a handful of different places because I wanted to just kind of experiment, seeing how they would do in different places. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from that is to plant them somewhere where I keep the weeds under control. Here, I need to double check, and I might not have a good record, but there's a calendula, and then also, I'm not sure if this is a delphinium or, it's escaping me what the other one is called, but I'm not sure if the camera can capture. It's like this magical blue color with a little bit of pink. It feels almost shimmery, and I'm hoping that that's a perennial and that it'll come back like bigger and happier next year. And here's another straw flower. It's not opened yet, but I'm excited about that. Here is one of the rhubarb. So I had 3 rhubarb plants here, but this is the only one that has survived. But it's really happy. I started them in my winter sowing this year, and I'm pretty pleased with how that is doing. And I still have a few pots here that I did not get these guys into the ground yet, but they seem pretty happy, so that's good. Now here again, this is another China aster. This is the other one I got from a gardening friend, but this one I started from in my winter sowing. But it's so tiny. The plant, doesn't look super happy. And then I have some celosia here. I got that from Kat. And then there's my cucumber plant. It sounds like it's been a really good year for cucumbers, because both my sister and my friend Mercy were telling me that they've never had success with cucumbers, but that this year they have. So I don't know what the what the secret is for cucumbers, but this guy's been pretty happy. He grew up to the top of the tomato cage and then down, and now it's like going out again. So I'm not quite sure what I was like, should I give it another tomato cage to climb? So anyway, I think that's the main things that I wanted to share today. Just giving another view here of the lisianthus. I'm trying not to have too many regrets, but just remember to learn from what happens this year. But these lisianthus, I just think they're so beautiful. And I think that's all that I wanted to share. Actually, I'm going to share this zinnia too, because this is another volunteer zinnia that it's made me happy. It's funny because I don't actually remember having zinnias that were quite that color last year, so it's fun to see how they change. On that note, have a great day.